Um, well, I can say I decided to be an engineer when I was 12 years old. Probably no specific reason. It was one of the hot jobs then in Turkey, and I had seen it in the newspaper, and I said, okay, let's try this.
Okay.
And then I got my undergrad degree in electrical and electronics engineering in Boğaziçi University in Istanbul. It's one of the top universities there. After that, I pursued the grad school. I went to University of Buffalo for the master's degree, and then I moved to Pittsburgh and got my PhD in electrical and computer engineering in Carnegie Mellon University. Well, that's the thing. As I said, it wasn't a personal interest, but my dad is also an engineer, so we had a lot of these, technical stuff. If something is broken, I had to, watch my dad do stuff, repair stuff, and it's fun. Well, my career plan was always, get the degree, work a few years in US, get some more experience in the industry, in the field, and then come back to this side of the Atlantic, which is closer to home. Austria, well, of course, the country was not specific, and probably I didn't, think of Austria or Germany in the beginning because of language worries. So, but when I saw the position from Lakeside Labs, it was quite interesting to me, and also I had known the works of Professor Beşteter. During my PhD, of course, he has so many papers that are of interest to me, so I thought it's a good path to pursue. The research that's being done here, the people, and although I didn't know, all of the people who are here, but the projects were quite interesting. And when I came for the interview, I was very warmly welcomed, and I said, okay. So because the institute is mostly international, and especially in our group, I think we have people from quite different countries. English is the main language, so definitely, in research discussions, I don't have so much problem. And in personal life outdoors, I'm just getting used to it. I'm taking some German classes now, but when I came, I think I asked, if German will be a must. Well, since I'm in this country and it's the official language, and it would be really easier to live here if I have a more, better understanding of the language and the culture. So I'm trying really hard to adapt. But it's going slowly but steadily, I would say. Well, I wouldn't say problems. Actually, it's maybe more fruitful, because when you are in one problem only and you have to think about that all the time, you sometimes lose perspective. So you don't see things that you might have seen if you had, it's like you take a break and watch a movie. In my case, I take a break, switch to the other project. Of course, I have personal breaks and stuff, but I like working with different people, so different projects, and they are not really too unrelated to each other. So in my mind, I can connect them, so it doesn't become a barrier, to work on both of them. I don't know how to put that, but it's not a problem. Of course, it can be difficult, especially around deadline times. If I want to write a paper, or if the project needs to be done, I'm sure it will be more challenging. But switching mind from one to the other is, I can say, has a lot of benefits. Well, one of the reasons I wanted to work in the university environment is actually that before coming here, I was working in a federal government lab. And the goals of a federal government lab is, of course, more for the benefit of the country. You know, there are specific goals defined, and you know, even though it's research and you have, of course, flexibility, it's hard to, you know, work independently. But in the university environment, it's meeting of minds. People are open-minded, so the goal of making the world better becomes easier. And I like working with students, and students are the workforce for us. So any addition to the great minds that are already here is a benefit for all of us. Technically, I think all equipments are provided really well, and the professors are really willing to help. They are open for discussion for if you have trouble. And the admin staff is also really helpful in dealing with all the paperwork, which I hate. Yeah, well, I can say that, okay, in undergrad, I think we were maybe less than 10% female, but in grad school, that was up to 30-35%. And I didn't really feel unwelcome or anything. I didn't see any, you know, problem with being female in the field because people want a lot of diversity and they are after minorities a lot. So I can say that there were more support than, you know, just trying to stop me from working. Well, in life, well, people cannot be satisfied that easily. I don't know. We always want something more, something better. It's never enough. But I think if I consider my career, it's not so hard. I'm doing what I like. I'm lucky to do what I like, and I work with people that I like, that are supportive. My family is also very supportive of my career for all these years, although I have been away for like 10 years now. So these things make it easier to deal with whatever stress it might bring. Well, okay, this is really a hard question, actually. I guess I would say greatest wishes to be happy and, you know, be a good person. I only know a few. Currently, I think the teacher said, she said, Fiati. Okay, that's for the end of the thing. What else? Gruskot, I think it's general. Zervus. Yeah, I don't know anything else. I don't think we have too many Corinthians in the group, so. Well, I like those. See, I don't know the name. Yeah, the ones filled with cheese and stuff, and also the knödel from Tyrol. Well, I like Turkish cuisine. Well, I like meat, any sort of meat, I would say, you know, but I try not to eat so much for, you know, health reasons. But for any vegetarian food is good for me. Yeah. I try in the weekends. Home is where I am.
Wonderful. Thank you very much.